Off on another adventure. It's the old man of New England on the border of Maine and New Hampshire. Today I'm heading to the Magalloway River. The Magalloway River is part of the Androscoggin watershed, and it flows out of Aziscahaz Lake. Aziscahaz is man-made. There's a big dam there that controls the former Aziscahaz River, and then it topples down a bunch of Class 2 and Class 3 rapids. There's going to be a big release today. It's Labor Day weekend, Saturday of Labor Day weekend, and so they do release the water for recreational boaters. So there might be quite a few whitewater kayakers on that first stretch. I, however, will not be paddling that first stretch of Class 2 and Class 3. I'm going to be putting in just at the bottom of that at Wilson Mills. Wilson Mills, Route 16 crosses over the river. I'll put in there. And I've got about 8 or 9 miles on pretty much flat water, a little bit of swift water at the top, and then taking out at Wentworth location. Wentworth location has a great boat launch, and it was put in as part of the Umbagog National Wildlife Refuge when they really developed that area. It's kind of funny, it's a National Wildlife Refuge, yet they developed the area for more access. I don't understand. But it should be a really good adventure. It's going to be a one-way trip, so I've got the canoe on the roof and my bike on the roof. So the first thing I'll be doing is heading to Wentworth location to the takeout, locking up my bike there, and I'll use that to shuttle back to the car at the put-in. The bike ride back is, I timed it on the way up, looks like about 6.5, 7 miles, so just a little bit shorter than the river paddle. Should be a lot of fun. Temperature is 62 right now, supposed to be in the 70s, which is just spectacular for Labor Day up in the Rangeley Lakes region of Maine. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, I'm at the takeout. Need to find a place where I can place my bike and it's not crazy obvious. I did bring a lock with me. Probably a good idea as a just in case. All right, bike is locked up. This is the takeout. Kind of looked at what it looks like down there, so I recognize it as I'm coming downstream. Now the 7-mile drive back up, no, 6-mile drive back up to the put-in. There's a lot of cars here. There's a Appalachian Mountain Club trip going on at the same time. So I think there's going to be a lot of people on the river. Be interesting to see if I see anybody. The first instructions from Maine Trail Finder that I read was keep left at this fork here, and this definitely is the obvious channel. We're running at 900 CFS. That was the dam release this morning at 10 o'clock. It's 11 right now. I'm on the river. I once went paddling with my friend Greg, who, if you've watched this channel, you know of. Greg and I were doing the Deerfield River in Massachusetts, whitewater canoeing, and you know, the release was, I don't know, 10 o'clock, and so we put in right at 10, not realizing that the boat goes faster than the current. So we kept, you know, every 15 minutes, you know, the river was practically empty, and yeah, we'd have to wait for the current to catch up to us. But yeah, so I've learned from that. Greg and I have learned from that when there's going to be a dam release, you give it a little bit of time. So I think giving this an hour will hopefully be okay. As I get older, I think a little bit more about safety. I don't feel that I'm quite as invulnerable as I was in my 20s and 30s and even 40s. So fortunate on this little stretch here that there's actually a cell phone signal. They built a new tower here a year or two ago. And so I'm tracking this with Strava. And I've been able to send out a tracking beacon to my wife, so Delilah's able to keep an eye on me. And of course, I always, despite that beacon, I always let her know, somebody know, where I'm going, where I'm putting in, where I'm taking out, what my expected time frame is, just in case there's any kind of issue. But it's something I think about when I'm out by myself, especially far away from relative civilization. Just stopped and chit-chatted with the Appalachian Mountain Club trip that's going on here. They left a little bit before me, and they were stopping for looks like lunch and a stretch. It's funny, I've I've been a member of the AMC for 30 years now, and I think I have done one organized trip with them. I think the membership is more to support the work they do. But I see this trip every year. They organize this flatwater trip. They do another day the same weekend on Magalloway. They've got some parallel trips going on in the whitewater. So it's like a Canoe-a-palooza kind of thing going on this weekend. And I was seriously thinking paddling with the group, but alas, at the end of the day, I tend to be more of a loner. But it was nice to stop and chit-chat with people. There was actually quite a few canoes in the group. It wasn't all kayaks. Canoes seemed to be a dying breed, but it was nice. It was nice to see canoes on the water. Diamond Peaks is a campsite that you can reserve. I think it's through Northern Waters. It's at 7 miles from where I put in. Not a bad place to stop. Pretty spot. Looks like they have picnic tables. Yeah, not bad. Kind of a muddy takeout. Looks like it would be muddy even when the water's low.
All right, the takeout here is in a little oxbow. It is not completely obvious. You definitely want to keep your eyes open for it. There's a little sign up here. Looks like the sign says Canoe Launch. Yeah, so it's, I thought the entryway into this oxbow would be a little bit larger, but not as big as I thought it would be. And the crucial thing, the bike is still here. My helmet, my shoes, my dirty socks. Battle's done. 6 mile ride back to the car. What a great trip. And man, awesome weather for this Labor Day weekend.